are live. Oh, sorry.
Mhm.
My bad. Where I'm at? You want me to go to me? Okay. We are live on this Tuesday.
Hey,
All right.
Turn Up Tuesday.
Turn up Tuesday. That's what it is. All right. So let me see.
Now I see how to
How to
tag
tag
myself.
y'all good folks. Let me get myself together first. And then I come back. All right. Let's go to the.
See, we ain't ready, but we ready. We ain't got our cell phone holders, but don't worry about it. She can't drink now.
Hey.
Oh, I left it in the car.
Hmm
It don't matter. You stay ready.
I'm ready. Don't worry
we
about
gotta
it.
get
I can
ready.
still,
Right.
yeah.
Herman. Intro. I don't know where to go from here. Victor.
Oh my.
Maybe we won't have an intro tonight. Yes, we are live on this Tuesday back in the studio, CMG Studios. We are Tangy Tea of Life. This is where we talk about any and everything. Welcome. I am your host, Veronica. With you on this Tuesday, we definitely have a special show lined up tonight. Brother Victor is not joining us tonight. He'll be back with us next week, though. We miss him. So, yeah, we do have a guest sitting in, but
Hey.
welcome back, Brother Fatine, all the way from WBLS radio station, New York.
New York,
He's joining us.
New York, New York.
New York, New York. That's what they're saying. Go New York, go New York, go,
Go.
baby.
They say up top, up
That's
top.
up top, especially with the New York Knicks in the second round, winning last night, first game of the second round against the Indiana Pacers. And a lot of us don't look in or really into hockey, but the New York Rangers, for us New Yorkers, the New York Rangers are playing tonight in the Garden. So last night the
Okay.
Garden was rocking, and tonight the Garden is rocking. So New York
Okay.
City is rocking
They
right
all hot right now.
Yes, yeah, yes,
Yeah,
sir.
Working on the football team next.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And the baseball season. So
Okay.
Yankees doing their thing.
Yankees.
Mets is, having their little here and there.
Sure.
But it's an all sports city.
Yeah.
Four seasons, So
Yeah.
look forward to it.
Bounce back.
I have my good friend with me tonight, DJ Doughboy in the house. This is his first time on Tangy Tea of Life. Welcome.
What's up? What's up, people? What's up, world?
So
Yes.
glad that you're joining us tonight. You want to tell the folks a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I'm from Darlington. Came out in '96. I remember Ronnie way back when she was playing basketball. She was the point guard for St. John Blue Devils. She was rocking that. She
Tell 'em.
couldn't be stopped. She was all over the place. Oh, that was the chick back in the day playing basketball. I promise you. I'm telling
What happened to her now? What
Hey.
what went wrong? What went wrong,
you. I don't know
bro?
if she still got it or not.
No, she was the star. Everybody
Yeah.
showing her love.
Yeah.
What's going on now?
Yeah, you might need to check her out. You might need to play a one-on-one with her. See
Okay.
if she still got it.
Yeah, that might work.
She
Little love and basketball going out there.
Yeah,
Okay,
she was-
okay. A little love and
Yeah.
basketball. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So,
Tell them, friends. Tell 'em.
Yeah. So, I go by Doughboy, DJ Doughboy. I'm around the city. I play normally in Florence, Darlington, all the surrounding areas. Anytime anybody calling me, I'm coming. I done been to Albemarle, North Carolina, probably about 3 weeks ago. I done been to Whiteville, North Carolina. If you calling, I'm coming. So if you see me, you see my number, hit me up. I'm gonna come rock out with
So I'm gonna start early. So let me ask you a couple of questions,
you.
just
Okay, come on.
so I know where we can go
Yeah.
and where we can't go.
You can go anywhere.
You
man.
married?
Yes, but it's trouble in paradise. But we working.
Okay,
on
you
it.
ain't got to
We
go
all
in
right.
there. Okay,
Yeah.
so you're
First
working
of
on it.
all,
Okay, so I just want to see if you got a ball and chain on tonight, and you can't but say but so much. I just want to
Hey,
make sure,
it's
you
okay.
know.
It's okay.
Okay,
Hey.
okay.
That's what's Tangy Tia life for.
That's
that's
it.
right.
Come to talk.
That's it. We got to talk to
Pastor
Pastor here. We got to talk to Pastor.
What?
Pastor right here.
All right.
Because I know she likes to talk about the weekends. What did you do, Victor? What did you do for Teen? No, we starting with you, hostess, with the mostest, because unfortunately I was not able to make it because it was right at dead smack in when I'm doing radio back into New York, and I really, really, really wanted to be there. Um, talk about you don't want to call it a sermon, so you talk about. I call it a sermon. When you stand in that pulpit, when that minister
Yeah.
allows you to stand in that pulpit and deliver a message, it becomes a sermon.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about your sermon, what you talked about, and how did you get up there to deliver this message this past Sunday at the church?
Oh man, listen.
Mm.
I'm still like at awe. Like Sunday was amazing. And when it comes to God, church, like I don't play with it. So it was an amazing experience. I was like super excited when Miss Rebecca, who is the president over the Women's Day Committee, I was super excited when she came and asked me to be the speaker of this year's Women's Day program.
Okay.
Now, mind you, how God worked. I've been preparing for that day since 2018. Like I knew.
So you knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Okay.
I knew one day I was going to be on the pulpit speaking for Women's Day. I knew it. I started writing down notes and all that stuff
That's amazing.
in 2018.
Wow.
But I was like writing down stuff like tell about whole personal life that was going on. And I'm like, whoa. God knew I wasn't ready back then.
Yeah.
But then he started speaking to me after Miss Rebecca asked me to speak for this year's Women's Day, and he gave me the words to say to speak to his people, and
How you think you did? How you think you collaborated? with him?
amazing.
Really?
Like
Okay.
yeah, I have to pat myself on the back.
Okay.
I actually, and it was all God. That's the thing. Like,
Yeah. He speak
I
through
was,
you.
yes,
He spoke through you.
I was out of there. Like God took over.
What was your message?
So the scripture was coming from Philippians 4th chapter, focusing on verse 13, where it talks about, God gives us strength. And I spoke a little bit about that, but then I kind of like twisted. Like it was still about, it was more to the people and, how we can't let people, get to us and how, we as women, we get so comfortable where we're at and, like letting life pass us by because it's about work, it's about the kids, it's about this, it's about that. We put so much before us and life just pass on by. And, I kind of like hit every topic, like topics that needed to be said.
Yes. Effortlessly.
I talked about it.
What I saw again, because you put the video up, I didn't see the whole sermon, but as you started to speak, I'm not saying you was nervous, but it seems like you got more comfortable as you went along, in the sense of giving your message. And like you said, if you become the vehicle and the message comes through you, if that you allow that to happen, then of course you get more comfortable. And you've been going to church, you've been part of the church, but the church has been part of you. And I think that it started to take over. You started to feel the word. And see, there's a difference in saying the word, but when you feel the word and you live that, it becomes easier. And then you're around people that
Correct.
love you and
Absolutely.
support you. A lot of people came out to support you. So yeah, you get butterflies in the beginning to do anything. A lot of us, play sports or whatever, we've gotten the butterflies
Yeah.
But soon as you get up there and you start,
You're confident.
yes.
Confidence kicks in.
Exactly.
Easy.
Exactly. So congratulations to you,
Thank you.
Sister V. You're on your way, my sister. You are on your way. I told you I saw the transition since we've met, and everything is positive. And now we just got to get you a ball and chain, and you'll be great.
But Vic, I ain't never known her being shy.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I never known her being shy.
Oh, okay.
Is she?
Yeah, to me she is.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, she is.
So
shy.
are you normally shy? A shy person?
I'm
I
not
mean, you in the
gonna,
public eye often.
yeah. I'm not gonna say that I know I'm not shy. I don't meet a stranger. Like
Okay.
I can talk to anyone.
Right.
I can be in a grocery store and just start a conversation. Like if I see a female and
No, I can
I
see
get
that.
the vibe.
I can see that.
Like I could just start talking. But Sunday I can say that sitting there when I first got there, I was a little nervous. I was.
Okay.
But then when my friends and my family stood up and they introduced themselves, some of them and say where they was from, and a calmness came over me.
Okay. Okay.
But I did pray first. I
Okay.
prayed and asked
That
God
would
to
help.
take away.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fear,
Yeah. The
And-
jitters.
yeah, and it calmed me. But like I said, when my family and friends and everyone got up, that's when I really felt like, okay,
Okay. Yeah.
I'm at a comfort. I'm comfortable now.
Yeah.
That's great. I'm glad. I'm
Awesome.
glad.
Awesome.
But it was great. And you can check out the full sermon at Cherry Grove Missionary Baptist Church Facebook page.
I will.
The sermon is there.
Yeah.
I didn't know I could say sermon, but everybody was like, sermon.
Mhm.
Because I was calling it, I had to speak. It's my speech.
How long you
But
think it lasted? How long?
I think I was up there probably 25, 30 minutes.
That's major. That's major. Talking that long.
She got real
You know,
comfortable.
so she got real comfortable.
She got real comfortable
Yeah.
right there, and she
That
about
is-
to kick off. Nope, she ain't gonna kick off her shoes, but
Yeah. She probably took the mic down and walked
that's what I would have done.
up and down the
did.
aisle.
That's what I'm talking
I
about.
can see her taking the mic down and walking up and down the aisle.
You had a lot of support.
Yeah.
I saw Victor in the house and everything.
so
Matter of fact,
comfortable.
Victor's in the comments. And let me just shout out a couple of people: Mr. Sammy, Carol McNeil, Sly Jeffrey, of course, giving stars.
Yes,
Rodney
thank
C is out there. Michael Keith. Good evening, everyone. Blessed Tuesday. Michael Keith is all the way from Harlem, Uptown Harlem, is watching. Ingrid. Allison is in here tonight. Sade, what's up, my sister? Good to see you, my sister. We got to get that picture, girl. Got to get that picture. You got to make sure you're here right now. There you go.
Thank you, Mr. Sammy. Mr. Sammy says Veronica isn't shy. She is just so humble and down to earth.
There you
Thank
go.
you,
Hey.
Mr. Sammy.
There you go.
I remember first meeting Mr. Sammy. I actually saw him in Walmart, and I was like, I was like, Mr. Sammy, because that was my first time seeing. I always see him in the comments, but I've never seen him like face to face. And we had a great conversation that night, just meeting him. That's what I'm saying. Like I can talk to pretty much anyone.
Got it.
But yeah, church
That's
is
good.
really good.
That's
Thank you for
good.
asking. How was your weekend?
Yeah, I go to our guest first. How was your weekend, my brother?
It was good. I did a wedding in Darlington. It turned out really good. That's what I love the most. Eating for free. Getting they bring you your drinks,
Yeah.
and you get paid at the same time,
Right.
and it's easy. All you do is play, while they come up and down the aisle and while they're eating, basically. After they do the ledge slide and the wobble and the K Wayne with it,
Yeah.
they ready to go home.
Yeah.
So it's the easiest money. I know you did some weddings back in the days, right?
No, I never did a wedding.
Like
No?
where the
No.
DJ?
I never.
No.
I never did a wedding because I never liked weddings.
Word.
Because I was forced to go to my sister's wedding. It sounds crazy.
Okay.
But I was playing baseball and I had a
Yeah.
big game that Saturday, and my mother made me go. So, but I've never DJ'd a wedding.
So you did mostly just.
I did parties, fun
Parties.
functions, things like that.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I really got into. I just.
Well, wait a minute. Wasn't you downtown Cinco de Mayo
I was-
Friday
I was-
night?
yeah.
Man, we partied downtown to 10.
Yeah.
To 10 in the streets, and then like I said, the the loft and the other the places were jam packed. I wound up
Yeah.
going over to the hotel with me and my family.
Yeah.
Then I met up with another friend. But it was interesting, as I mentioned to you, or I ran into somebody that I not grew up with. I don't say I was grown across the street. A young lady that stopped me
Mhm.
downtown
Mhm.
from New York, and
Yeah.
she's down here and she's living.
Right.
And the thing about her is she knows me from seeing things. You
Okay.
understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
She met my first wife. She's
Okay.
met my second wife, Hanifa, but she also saw the 3.5 years between them when I was single
So
because I used to have
other women.
females in my
Oh.
window. So they would talk with her across the street because she was on the fifth floor and I was on the fifth floor.
Yeah.
So yeah, so somebody knows a little bit of my card, but I always said I ain't ashamed of
But
my
she never
card.
shot her shot.
Nah. She never shot her shot, and I never
Yeah.
shot my shot. No,
You ever
it just
think, you ever
no.
think about shooting your shot?
Well, she down here now.
I mean,
She said she ain't got no ball and chain,
Yeah,
so we'll
so-
see what happens.
yeah, you know,
I'm single,
yeah. She
so
probably, you know,
we'll see.
going wait. She probably
You
waiting.
got
on
that Brooklyn energy.
You know
I
what I'm
leave
saying?
that Brooklyn energy,
Yeah.
baby.
You. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference between Southern and New York.
Yeah.
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 You
The
got
team talks about it all the time. So.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. But
Yes.
people is people. I've learned that. That's one thing. People are people, and no matter where you come from, it's just experiences.
Right. Yeah.
And a lot of times, people. I mean, for me, I've been Veronica. See, the beautiful thing about meeting Veronica is that she's in radio down here,
Right.
and for me, we have that common denominator. We
Right.
know when the folks come in, and since one of our stations up there was a gospel station, I got chance. Like Nisi Tribbett, the mother of Ty
Ty
Tribbett.
Tribbett, okay.
Right, exactly. I worked with Nisi.
Yeah.
So when Ty came in, we just kicking it.
Yeah.
But just having that familiarity, I'm always roll that word.
Yeah.
It shows that doesn't matter where you at, things are the same and people are the same. When I say the
Yeah.
same, they good, they bad, they
Mhm.
up, they down.
Yeah.
So and it's not about being better. It's just might be your experience. You just might experience more.
Experience.
But you see all people from all over the world become famous in all walks of life.
Right.
So people are people.
Right. Right. Up north, down south, both.
That's right. What's up, Rodney Jones? He's another brother. Reverend Sharpton calls him the mayor from Queensbridge out there in Queens, New York. Rodney Jones is joining here. I got Nicole Harris. I'm getting a lot of Chrissy.
Hey, what up? What
Bringing
up?
a
What
lot
up?
of New York folks in here tonight.
What up? What
Okay.
up? What up?
Okay.
Hey, thank you, Rodney Spain, for the stars. Him and Sly every week, always sending stars and supporting the show. So we definitely appreciate them, and you can do the same. Send us some stars so that we can keep Tangity of Life going here on Facebook.
Yes.
Once again, thank y'all so much for joining us. Every Tuesday night, it happens right here, live on Facebook and also on YouTube, where we talk about any and everything. Hey, Sissy. Hey, yep, you said Nicole. Victor says, what is that? I cannot even read it.
When I was listening to the sermon, I did hear Veronica say women talk too much. Let's please not forget that.
Oh,
Major
man.
message.
Elaborate on that.
That's what Victor said.
Ooh.
I did say that. And we do. We as women, we do talk too much.
I mean,
As far as we tell too much of our business, some of us
yeah.
tell too much of our business. And I was like, this is why a lot of times marriages and relationships don't work, because putting too many people in our business, we talk too much.
Yeah.
Like, stop telling your girlfriends everything.
'Cause us
Stop
guys
telling
we don't tell much. Do you? You think you?
I mean, there's pillow talk.
Yes.
I mean, there's
I
pillow
mean,
talk.
yeah,
There's
you know,
pillow talk.
yeah.
Some of y'all talk
We
Yeah.
we
more
we
than
pillow
women.
talk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's pillow talk.
Yeah.
But I think there is, I get hit sometime when I think that sometime when we want to have this honest conversation
Right.
about us men, and Herman, who's, this is his studio, sometimes, they get on me a little bit, but I'm saying for us, when we're talking about relationships and we're talking about challenges and ups and downs, if we're going to be honest, if we want the women to be honest with some of their faults, we men have to be honest.
As well.
And we know how we roll. Right now, me and you, we've seen each other, we've met before, but right now we go out there and had a beer. we already know that
Yeah.
brotherhood.
Yeah.
And we know the good and the bad and the
Right,
ugly. I
right.
say the ugly
Yeah.
that us men do.
Yeah.
And it's not a broad brush. But if we're gonna have an honest conversation and if we want to improve on relationships, we have to talk about it. But
Yeah.
I said tonight I'll take the high road, because I've exposed some of those things
Right.
that the ills that some of us do. But I also want to highlight some of the positive things a lot of us brothers and a lot of women that they do, because there are a lot of people out here that are thriving in relationships, and everything is not about a problem. And sometimes I think we focus too much on problems, and I think we need to focus on some upliftment.
Yep.
Because if we don't, then what are we giving the children? What are we giving the next generation to inspire them and to motivate them?
Exactly. Exactly. It's they watch us
Definitely.
often.
Yes.
So we got to be an example.
Yeah, and the kids are not like the kids before. Oh, my mama told me, you do as I say, not as do as I say, not as I do. The kids ain't like that nowadays.
No.
And all that trying to whip them into this, that, and the other, and how we came up. It's not like that now. And
No.
I'm not saying it's better or worse. I'm just saying that things have changed.
Yeah.
Our children are smarter. They are becoming smarter. They have more information. You can't hide things from them.
No.
So if you choose to try to hide it,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna find out
They'll find it.
anyway, and then they're gonna
Yeah.
find out and sometime misuse it
Yep.
because they don't know
They don't understand.
that they understand it.
Understand it. Right.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And also, they're gonna call DSS. You whoop. So.
Mhm.
we couldn't do that back in the day. We had that privilege back in the days called DSS.
Yeah.
If my
I gotta
mom hit me.
I gotta show
And
Veronica
I don't
something.
think we would
23
have-
minutes. My timer.
And I don't think we would have anyway.
No, not back
Wouldn't
then.
have,
No.
know.
Plus, we ain't nowhere to go. So
Right. Like, you better sit down somewhere talking about calling DSS on your parents.
I'm telling you, yes, yeah, things have changed.
Yeah, things have changed big time.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Nicole Harris says something that is interesting. She says Tyrone Edge, not true men will tell their business
Yeah,
to the next female as well. And watching my father and my uncles how they roll, that was something I saw back then. I'm not saying it's not like that now.
Yeah, but you have to go back to Tyrone. Tyrone says we don't tell our personal business like that, though. So that's when Nicole came back and responded to him.
That's
and-
true.
And said
I can-
that because some men really do talk.
I've
Yeah.
talked.
as
I've talked.
much
I've
as-
talked. And I've told my personal business to somebody that I feel is close to me. I have. I've done that. I'm not going to sit there and not. I have done that. If it's somebody that I feel is cool and close to me and I want to get their opinion,
Yeah.
because other people's opinions, when they're looking from the outside in and not caught up emotionally,
Right.
sometimes they can give you better advice
That's true.
at times. So sometimes you do lean on people.
That's why you talk.
Yeah.
You're looking for advice.
Yeah, and sometimes you talk because you're looking for some other things, but
Yeah.
that's another story.
Oh, gosh.
I think that's why a lot of women talk too,
What?
because they're looking for validation. They're
Can't,
looking,
validation and compassion.
and
That's right.
that's
True.
I got to give you a
a
bell.
lot of
on that,
times they
my
don't.
brother.
A lot of times they don't get it at home. With their mate,
Nah,
and
that's right.
they're looking for it.
That's right. I've said
you
that
know,
before.
And
I know Tyrone or somebody's going to say, well, no, he can't force you out to do anything. I keep telling you, it doesn't work like that.
No.
No.
No one can force you to do anything.
That's true.
You
It's a
have to
decision
make
that you make.
Yeah.
decision. Yeah,
Right.
you have
Right.
to make that decision. So no one forces you. I mean, people can do things
That nudge you.
that,
yeah,
Definitely.
that
Yeah,
nudge
yeah,
you,
yeah,
but that's
yeah.
still your decision to make.
yeah,
Oh, yeah. It comes down to the final decision. But
yeah.
I always say we are a product of our environment.
Right.
And we are a product of our relationship as well.
Yeah.
And if our relationship is not going not going well at home, then we become a product of not a good relationship. And when you're not happy at home,
Yeah.
you want to bring in some type of happiness. You
Yeah.
don't want to be miserable all the time, especially if you got a miserable job.
That's why it's like a cry for help when they spill their conversations to other people. Especially if you're talking to a whole nother stranger. If you're talking to a stranger about your problems you got at home, that's like a cry for help. Like
Yes.
I need your inspiration. I need your opinion on things, and Lack of communication.
And see, and that's another thing too. You have to be careful who you're talking to,
Right.
because not everyone, and I talked about this on the pulpit,
It's
not
not for you.
everyone want to see you happy.
Absolutely.
So some people are going to give you the wrong information just
Absolutely.
because they don't want to see you happy.
People you never expect. I
Yeah.
promise.
Family,
Yeah, family, friend you thought was your friend.
Yeah.
You know.
They don't-
Veronica got too much. I'm tired of seeing her smiling on Facebook
Yeah.
and happy all the time. Let me tell her some negative news so I can,
listen.
that's yeah.
That's why, and I said this. This is why I'm constantly praying, Lord, surround me around good people with good energy
Right.
and good vibes.
Right.
You have to.
Yep. That's all you need.
Have to stay prayed up, because a lot of people are evil
Yeah.
out here.
Yeah. Least respected. I promise.
Yeah. So that's good.
I done had a situation where I begged the DJ to show me how to DJ, to do certain things, and he would not do it. I ain't want to call his name, but he would not do it. He laughed at me. He was like, "Nah, you ain't gonna do that." So come to find out, now that I've learned and I've grown in this business, and I'm pretty much where I need to be.
Yeah.
He wants to play with me and do parties together now. And you see how roles change in certain
Exactly.
situations
Yeah.
when
One of the hardest things, real quick, one of the hardest things
Mhm.
is to be in a. I relate it to sports right now. I
Mhm.
played first base. There was a Spanish guy that played on my team, shorter than me, but he was a hitter. He played, but he played the game,
right,
and I played the game.
right,
But he got that starting job over me. And sometimes he'll come late to the game. I'll be penciled in there, put him in, and he'll get that hit. And one of the hardest things, because I wanted to get in there,
Mhm.
one of the hardest things, but I had to do it because he was my teammate. I had to root for that guy.
yeah,
But at the end of the back, I didn't want him to fail.
Yeah.
I didn't want him to fail,
yeah.
but I wanted my shot. And
Yeah.
then there was a couple of times when he missed a couple of games.
And
And
that was your
I
chance.
stepped in. But see, when he came back, he wasn't used to. He was used to being a starter.
Yeah.
But I didn't put my foot there.
Oh,
And then now I'm the starter, and he didn't deal with that well, and he wound up leaving the team. So I don't regret being a team player, because it taught me, it humbled me,
Right.
humility,
right.
and it taught me, and that's why even when I become a starter, or even in this game of radio, Sister Veronica, of knowing the people that I know, I still reach back. I always talk about this, reaching back. Humility is so important because, yeah, it's about me, but it's not all about me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I said that we got to remember where we came from. So sometime when we go through those things, it's a teaching moment. And if we don't forget those moments, then we will not be selfish and help other people. And that's what I'm about life.
Yep. That humbled him too. That taught him.
I don't know what he did. I ain't never saw him no more. I did what I had to do.
Yeah.
You know, I handled my business.
You
That's
had
all I
to.
can tell
That was
you.
your
I had
shot.
no shot. That was my shot.
Yeah.
That was my shot. So that's it. You got an email letter tonight for us?
I did.
Mm-hmm.
So, to you, Brother Fatine and
Okay.
DJ Doughboy,
Okay.
can y'all cook?
Yeah.
Can't.
I'm not a great. You
Nah.
can't? I'll let you go.
I can do everything else. I mean, I can wash dishes. I like washing dishes. I actually enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
I clean. I cook. I mean, I clean. I wash dishes. I fix things around the house. But cooking is, I just can't get it. I try. I can't boil water. I burn it. I mean, it's bad.
We would ask you to make some rice, but we done had that conversation.
Hey, not rice and grits or nothing. I
You
promise.
can't?
I
You can't make creamy grits?
Can't.
Cheese, eggs?
It's
Yeah,
it's either burn at the bottom of the grits,
Right.
or it's either
Too high.
too much water. Like,
Yeah.
I just can't get it in the
Can't get it.
middle.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I just can't, and I have no patience in the
Yeah.
kitchen.
Well, my mother was one of the top cooks in the family. But as a male, I wasn't in the kitchen learning from her.
Mhm.
My late wife was a great cook too, and I didn't really get in the kitchen. But towards the end, she started showing me some things, and I watched my father.
Okay.
And my mother told me my father was a better baker than her because he worked in the bakery. He was from Orangeburg, South Carolina.
Okay.
So for me, I'm not a big cooker. I don't make the macaroni and cheese. But once you show me, how to do
Yeah.
something, I grab it like that and I'm rolling. So
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
hmm
I mean, I can,
I mean, I'm by myself, so I make what I need to make. You know.
I can take out you to death. I promise you. We'll change it up. KFC this week.
KFC.
We'll do Wendy's today. We'll change it up. I mean, I got you.
You in good shape, looking in good shape, but
Hey.
you got to keep that internal in
Yeah,
good shape
you
with
got
the
to.
proper eating, that
Yes.
fast food.
Yeah,
That's
too
why I
bad.
go to
Too bad.
the
Too bad.
buffet a lot
Yeah.
because I still want that cooked food. I don't want that
Yeah.
fast processed food because that
Yeah.
fast processed food is not good for nobody, but especially us that have
Right.
high blood pressure, suffer from
Oh yeah.
diabetes.
Oh yeah.
That is a killer for us.
It is.
You know,
It is.
so.
Yeah. You know, I do a lot of takeout. Like
Veronica's great in ramen noodles because Victor, Victor for Halloween was giving out ramen noodles and she got a pack and so I made her son and she sauteed it and put things in it.
like the bacon. You put
Listen.
the sausage and the bacon and stuff in there.
No,
No.
I forgot. What did I put in there?
I forgot you did something.
Like
gotta-
vegetables and
Oh, she made.
I
it healthy.
forget. Like
You made
I
it
made it
healthy.
healthy.
Yeah.
Some shrimp.
You know, I got it.
I can't even remember, but yeah, when Victor gave me that, yeah, I actually use it to my advantage. Because my son, he loved noodles. He
Yeah.
loved, and I like
I
saute stuff,
love noodles.
and it was really
It just got so much sodium.
that
That's
part.
why I don't really eat
That's
it.
why I
Yeah.
don't put the pack,
Yeah.
the little
Yeah.
packets that be in those things.
That's
When I
what it's-
do cook those, no.
Yeah, that's no
Okay,
good for us.
Yeah.
And my mother was a great baker, even though my father, he didn't bake after he finished. But for me, I have not really haven't really tasted a good down home, down south, since my mother's born in Darlington, raised in Pamplico.
Okay,
That cake, when I get a homemade cake,
yeah.
I don't take a bite first. I smell it. I smell it first because
Why?
because it has a homemade cake has a smell of
Good
butter and
You know-
eggs.
Yeah.
It has a certain smell to it.
I'm
And when you have that smell and then you bite into that cake, it just tastes good. Folks know what I'm talking about.
I mean, yeah.
They know what a homemade cake tastes like. They know what that is.
I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna smell it first. next time.
Smell that cake first, there, brother.
See if it makes a difference.
Yeah, just like you got to smell things you
Yeah.
eat, man,
Yeah.
because
Oh, literally. Oh,
those.
hey, that's a whole nother conversation.
Let's go.
Oh,
Gotta
man.
make sure.
You better.
You better. That's right, boy.
That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Get us started, right, B?
You never know what the outcome of that cake gonna be.
What kind of pie is that?
Hey, I'm telling you, I don't want that pie no more.
No more.
So, yeah, so I do have an email letter. Once again, I do have my good friend DJ Doughboy with us
Hey.
tonight. I don't know. Are we kind of lingering?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. We are
good?
waiting on you.
Okay. So, yeah, we are definitely here, Tangy Tea of Life. Thank you to those who just now joining us. We appreciate you. Victor is not with us tonight, but he was in the comments. I don't know if he's still out there or not. So, Nicole says homemade pound cake. My grandma used to make special glazed frosting on that.
Oh man.
Guys, that sounds so
Yeah,
good.
and Lisa
Yes.
Smith says I make my cakes and frostings homemade. My mother did. She made her pie crust. She made her icings. She made everything from scratch. I would mention Duncan Hines or Betty Crocker. My mother said, "Don't you bring that." She said that crap in here. She
Yeah.
said the other word.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Don't bring that in here. We don't deal with that. Mm-mm.
Them certified bakers when they
Oh
make
yeah,
their own.
man.
When they
That's
made
it.
their own, they
Yes.
yeah, they've been in the game for a minute.
That's it, baby.
Mm.
Can I say Happy Teacher Appreciation Week? Ain't that this week,
Yes.
right? Teacher Appreciation Week. We appreciate all the teachers out there for taking time and teaching our kids.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate because definitely these days. Not saying that it wasn't back in the day, but these days is definitely a tough job to be a teacher.
Social media is taking the brains of our kids, and it's a lot harder for the teachers. And
Shout out to the teachers.
shout out. Shout out.
Shout out to the teachers, but shout out to the cool teachers. Because, when I was in school, we had teachers and then we had cool teachers. Then when my daughters was in school, wait a minute. Now, again, I'm older than all of y'all here.
Okay.
My teachers was just old and just not cool. When my daughters went to school,
Yeah.
they had these young and fine teachers.
Yeah. We
I mean, my God, I was like,
Not-
whoa.
Not us.
Even my late wife said, "This is eye candy, man. This is eye candy in school."
Remember Mercer and Miss all these other teachers? We ain't had nothing appealing.
Oh,
To make you
shoot.
wanna-
My daughters had appealing teachers,
Shoot,
man.
now they getting them fresh out of college.
What you talking
That's
about?
what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
they in shape. They
I was
in
on the
gym.
PTA, and the next thing I know, I got a room full of the teachers, and we talking about where you hung out because they knew I was in radio.
Right.
So the next thing they clinging to me because these are young teachers,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, bro. The principal, dude. I had carte blanche in my kids' school
Yeah.
because I was in radio, and then of course I'm shouting out the school for the work that they're doing and things like that. So yeah, but it's a different game now. So shout out to all the teachers, but especially those teachers that really relate with the kids because that makes a difference. A lot of
Makes a
teachers want to do things, and I'm not saying old school is not wrong. It's just
No.
how you relate and communicate with kids. Because when you have that communication, but you're firm, but you do have that communication, and the kids love you and open to you, that they're more reciprocal to learn.
Patience.
Yes,
Definitely.
Yes.
You got to have that patience first
yes, sir.
because you're going to lose your mind. I promise.
What?
Yes.
So, the reason why I asked you guys, can y'all cook? Because that's kind of what the email letter is about, and I'm gonna get to that if y'all.
Another
hearts and
rice letter
minds
here?
are
Okay.
clear.
Mm.
Cool,
We're gonna keep
cool.
it going.
Keep it going.
How do things look on your end? Is it good? Or
Yeah.
it froze.
No, we're not froze. Just moving like a little. We was moving a little robotically earlier.
Okay, so receive this email letter. It's very, very, very short and to the point. So, says, so this guy invited me over to his house for dinner. I was so excited because we have been conversing for a while. I asked if he wanted me to bring anything, and he said yes. Can you bring your pots, utensils, and some seasoning? She said, I'm thinking to myself, like, this guy is 34 years old and he doesn't have his own pots and pans. I asked him, how does he cook without pots and pans? And he said that he always go over to his parents' house to eat because his mother cooks for him. I'm 36 years old and I'm sorry, but this is a total turnoff for me. Am I wrong? I turned down the invitation. He's been calling my phone, but I've been ignoring his calls. He is a nice guy, but I do not see a future with him.
I think that you're not wrong at the same time, but I think that this guy really likes you that much to the point that he never cooks, like me, right? He never cooks, so he willing to try for you just to impress you, So it could be an opportunity where it could be one of the best meals you ever had. You never know, But I just feel like that, he's a mama's boy, probably. Most likely, he's a mama's boy. But he do really want to impress you. So I feel like, because he could easily say, "Let's go out to dinner." He can easily say that unless he ain't got no money.
So he wanted to impress me by using my pots, my utensils, and my seasonings.
Yeah, he should have at least buy that.
At least have the pot.
At least,
Have the seasoning. Like, okay, I get it. If he have all that at his place, right? And he asked me to come over and cook.
yeah. But it's the
But you're telling me, you're inviting me over to your place
right. You can get a
to
pot.
bring
You can get
all the stuff with me.
You can get a pot for $15. You can get utensils $10.
Look, all right. The first impression, I sat back. So the first impression.
I was waiting for you to come
Yeah,
in.
yeah. I was being cool. I was running my mouth already.
Right.
The first impression is the lasting impression. That's number one.
Absolutely.
Okay. Number two, I appreciate this woman's honesty. Ain't no use to playing no games. He invites you over to dinner. If somebody invites you over to dinner, you expect them to cook. Now, I'm gonna tell you, I invited Hanifa. I invited Hanifa over.
Shout out to
Yeah, and she passed, but that was my late wife.
Okay.
But what happens is I was not a cook back then.
Okay.
So with my cousin Nafi, she knows I ran over to my cousin's house.
Yeah.
I need you to cook this. I need you to cook that. I need you to cook this.
It's the effort.
Yeah, I ain't tell her that.
No, but it's
Well, I got brought them pans
Yeah.
back over because I took my I had pots and pans.
Okay.
But I took them over to my cousin. She made us dinner and I brought it back over and I served it. I didn't tell her till later on, later into the relationship, that I didn't do that. But what I'm saying is, be creative. If you didn't cook, at least have enough respect if you invited this woman over and your mom cooks for you. Play the game, dude.
Yeah.
Play the game. Let your moms make a little dinner and then make an impression and then be honest later.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Make a, but don't invite somebody over and you ain't got the pots, because if you ain't got the pots and the utensils and the seasoning, most likely your ass can't cook.
Can't cook.
So why are we trying to experiment? And I don't know why you did that. If you didn't have the money or whatever, I don't know.
Yeah.
But to me, it's simpler. If you want to impress somebody, just invite them out to dinner.
Bro, I try to look out for you.
Just invite them out to dinner.
I totally agree with them. At the same time, try to look at the positive side. But yes, he at least could have went and bought, from a restaurant and put them in your own pots. Even if you can't cook, go buy the food, put them in a pot, serve it to when she get there. I mean, she'll never know.
And I want to hear what Veronica said, because again, I'm not a woman, but I can see if this was my daughter or my sister, and I'm like, he wants to get you over to this house. He wants to get you, and putting this dinner invitation is the hook. It's the bait.
Right.
It's the bait to get you over to the house, but
Right.
you can't really cook, or you don't have the pots and the utensils. What is your ulterior motive?
Just the
What is your ulterior motive?
Right.
And I would say that again. I don't know, but for me, I would tell my daughters and my sisters something's not kosher here.
But something had to get him to want to cook for her. She probably said something like, I like a man that cooks. Right. And he know he can't cook.
Well, he better go out there and buy some pots.
You're going to have to buy
You
something.
better buy some pots.
You got to buy something.
You ain't got no pots.
Yeah.
How you cook?
Yeah. So
He ain't cooking, bro. And he
Yeah.
said he goes into his mom's.
Yeah.
So we already know what the deal
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
He don't say I go over to my mom's. He said I go over to my mom's and my mom's cook for me. He didn't say I go over to my mom's because my mom's got the pots and I go over there and cook. He didn't say that. You gotta listen. A lot of people don't listen. He walked himself right into that damn trap. Young lady, you did the right thing.
yeah, because he sound like a mama's boy.
Damn right. DJ Doughboy into the bell. All right.
Hey, he sound like a mama's boy right there.
That's it. Veronica, what's your thoughts?
Let me read two comments and then I'm gonna say what I gotta say. So Herman says, "Nah, different times. Let's be brutally honest. People don't cook like they used to, and I don't see what's the issue with a single man taking care of himself. Stop focusing on trivial stuff. Tap into his character." Tyrone says he maybe thought he was being romantic. They've been talking for a while. How is he being romantic by asking her to bring all her stuff to his house? What's romantic about that?
I'm
And
thinking,
how do you tap into somebody's character when their character is on display right there? That's a red flag or part of his character right there. As Herman just
Right.
said, tap into his character. That's a red flag. Before you even get into the character, you got to have this conversation. You're talking on the phone, and he invited her over to dinner. He invited her over to an empty promise. An empty promise.
right.
So to me, that's a red flag, and that's part of his character. That's a flaw.
Yeah,
That's a flaw.
it can go both ways.
I don't care if you don't cook nowadays, and I agree with Herman. If people don't cook
Yeah,
like
people
they
don't
do,
cook like they
that's
do.
fine. Then invite her out to dinner, or say, you know what, my mom's is gonna cook dinner, or so and so, or whatever, and then you can come back over to my. Just be creative. And I just tell you, I'm lost with some of these things, and I hear some women say, "Where's the creativity? Where is?" I just put some stuff on Facebook, and just listening to men talk to women and capture their mind through their words. We don't even know how to talk to people nowadays, and capture their mind. The music is not like that no more.
No.
I'm just saying, the quality of life, is it getting better or is it getting worse? As Herman said, people are not doing that, and that's fine as much as they did. But where are we with quality of life now?
Good question. So my opinion on this whole thing is, okay, he's how 30, 34.
Oh, okay.
34 years old.
It's old enough.
Um, I don't know, and I kind of feel like we as mothers, like have some of us when it comes to our son, like we have a tight rope on them. Like we baby them for the longest time, and then they end up in a situation like this where they're 34 years old and they can't even cook. And some women are not gonna go for that. Like this female, she didn't even take his invitation because she like, okay, you're 34, you don't own any pots, utensils. You want me to bring my own seasoning over. So what is going on? How old are you going to be before you learn how to cook?
At
You
least the
know,
season that. Got to have the season that. At
I
least
mean, please?
$2, $5.
Yeah, like for real.
A
So
young
I
lady.
have a problem. I have a problem with that. Like I
Mhm.
feel like 34 years old, you at least need to know how to boil an egg or to fry an egg,
Mhm.
friend.
I can ball an egg. I just can't cook grits.
Yeah. Wow. I had a young lady come over because one thing I haven't cooked was oxtail. So I had a young lady come over
Oh,
during the winter, and she will. I have an Instapot, but I haven't opened it.
Right.
So, and my late wife Khalifa, she got in there, opened that Instapot in New York, and she got in there and she browned them oxtails, and then put it out there, and because it
Oh
takes a
man.
long time,
Yeah.
but that Instapot cooked it really good. So the young lady that came over, she said, "Well, do you have a crock pot?" Because she usually do it in a crock pot. I didn't have a crock pot. I went
Okay.
out and bought a crock pot.
Okay.
I bought the oxtail.
Yeah.
I know what seasoning I want.
Yeah.
And and then she brought something that I normally don't put in it, and I let her do that, but I normally don't put that cream or mushroom in it. I don't do that. But what I'm saying is, I had the pots and the pans,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and then she wanted to do it in a crock pot. I didn't say bring your crock pot because I don't have a crock pot.
Yeah.
I went out and bought a crock pot.
Yeah.
So I got an Instapot, a crock pot. I bought a rice cooker, but I cook almost like perfect rice.
Yeah.
So I haven't used the rice cooker,
Okay.
and I use that. I just cook rice there like that. So I but
I
I didn't invite somebody over to cook for me and don't have the
and
utensils
tell them.
or the food.
Yeah.
Or the food. You're
Right.
not coming over. If you're gonna help her, we're gonna get in the kitchen together and play some music and
Right.
drink. And then you make it fun. It's a whole evening
Hmm.
or afternoon or whatever, and you make it romantic. You make it fun, and that's what it's about.
Yeah. Yeah. You know.
So
um,
Mm.
okay. They're saying that we're blurry on their end. I don't know.
yeah, because we're moving kind of funny. Oh, that's the
Yeah.
internet. Okay.
So guys, yeah, we are. That's the thing when we're live in the studio. Even when we was like home on StreamYard live from our homes, like if something's going on with the internet, like that's out of our control. So hopefully you guys can hear us well. But yeah, so something's funky is going on with the internet, but hopefully you guys can hear us. Very
Victor
well.
said it must be because he's not here because he clears up everything. Lisa Smith says, I can understand you don't know how to cook, but have your own pots and pans. Then we can cook something together.
Together.
That's
That's true.
very
Yeah.
That's true.
romantic.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
That's what I'm
true.
saying.
Yeah.
Moms, Sister Ingrid, what's up, moms? How you doing? Good
Hey,
to talk
Mom.
with you yesterday. I think we talked the other day briefly on Messenger. She said, Sister Ingrid Allison says, I don't think food was really the issue. He just wanted her over there for other reasons, and that's why I said he had an ulterior motive. He wanted to get her over, and he used the cooking as a bait. And then since you understand what I'm saying, and you know what, and this is where the guys get. I don't like sorry ass man,
Yeah.
but I don't give a damn because it just leaves more openness for me. I don't give a damn.
Right.
Your ass is sorry. You don't know how to talk to a woman. You don't know how to do this. Fine. But I could. More power to me.
Right.
I don't
right.
care. I don't care.
It's still a turn off. You get her there.
Shoot.
So Tyrone says, I mean to cut you off.
No, you go.
You finished?
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
So Tyrone says, she could have said, I'll show you what pots to buy. There are so many things that could have been done. Or she wanted to be with him. She wouldn't make excuses. She's not making excuses. For one, you're inviting me over to your house, sir. You're inviting me over to your house like you already have everything there that's needed to be cooked.
How do you turn her? First of all, how do you even turn her into the bad person? How the hell do you even turn her in? That's what I'm saying. How the hell do you turn her into the bad person?
Well,
She didn't do anything wrong, and what she could have done, she did what she felt was a red flag. Don't we talk about red flags when we
Yeah,
see that red
yeah.
flag? That we go by those red flags.
Right.
She saw that red flag and said, "Oh, hey, I'm not going past go. Nope, I ain't going straight to jail. I'm done."
however, still trying to look out for you, bro. But Lisa got his own place, even though he go to his mama house to go eat. You know, he don't live with his mom. Lisa at least he got his own roof, and she can work with that. That first thing a woman look at is a man with a job, a car, and a house. So he most likely got his car. I hope he got his car. I hope he got a job, but he definitely got a house. So you got the main ingredients that a woman is looking for in a man. So certain things you can work with certain guys. You can work with certain guys and help them, because you
And she could have worked with him. I just think his decision making was horrible.
horrible. It's terrible.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
I think that he could have been more creative,
Absolutely.
or just been more honest and just say, instead of inviting her over to dinner right now, invite her out to eat, see how it goes, that's that and the other, and then take it from there. It's just something, I'm not going to go so far. He didn't want to be seen in public, but I'm not going down that road.
Right.
I just don't know why he didn't say, instead of, being open about this,
Mhm.
how do I invite you over to dinner and then you got to bring your utensils and your
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah.
That's tacky.
Like
And I'm not making no excuses for him. That's
Yeah.
tacky, man.
Yeah.
And Veronica said it, and I appreciate it. Some women hold on to their boys too long, and they become mama boys, and they become dependent
And that's what it
on that. I'm gonna say it, the titty, and that's gotta wean them off the titty.
Yeah.
And then what happens is you go from your mama, and then your wife. You get your wife, then you want your wife to be your mama
Yeah.
instead of your wife.
That's
You see what I'm saying?
that's how
We
I start.
open those kind of doors when we do those things.
Yeah. It's red flags, like you say.
Damn right.
Yeah.
So what does Sissy say?
Chrissy, she says no one is saying she is the bad person on this. Tyrone is just saying another option could have been her say okay, or are you willing to learn, etc. And they go buy stuff and cook together. I mean, you could take the high road in that, Chrissy. You can take the high road, but why? Why? He's the one that did the inviting.
Yeah.
She could have taken the high road, but he did that. He put himself in that hole. He dug that pothole. Now it's for her to pull him out because she has to be the bigger person. He should have thought. You're 34 years old. Come on now.
You're
34
grown.
years
You're
old.
definitely a grown
I knew
man.
better than that when I was 18.
Yeah.
I feel
You have a
like
reason.
I don't know. I just feel like if someone's inviting you over for dinner, then you should have the proper thing there. Like, okay, you're inviting me over for dinner. Have the pots, have the utensils, have the food that's going to be prepared. I'll come cook, but at least have the stuff over. If you tell me, okay, I can't cook, if you're honest with me,
Right.
but you have the stuff there,
Right.
I will come over to your place and cook.
Right.
But don't invite me over to dinner and then tell me, oh yeah, could you bring the pots and the utensils and the seasoning? Huh?
Yeah.
You just invite me over.
Yeah.
But you want me to bring all this stuff with me. No, have all the stuff there.
So maybe
It's okay if you can't
so
cook.
should he have said let's go to your place?
No, I don't think that.
That's why I said that's why I'm
How do
saying
you
that-
invite yourself to somebody that you just talking to their place?
No, just saying, I don't have utensils. Let's just
Utensils. He ain't got the utensils.
don't-
He ain't got the see. Wait a minute.
I
He
don't-
ain't. Wait. Back it up. Say
Yeah.
that again. He
Right.
didn't have utensils.
you don't have utensils either.
Oh God, this guy's really a piece of work.
You got-
It's just like saying, Veronica, I'm inviting you on a picnic,
I got plastic.
but now you got to bring the sandwich meat.
I like
Yeah, Veronica,
too.
I'm inviting
That's
you on
like
a.
first date.
Yeah, I'm inviting Veronica on a picnic, and I say, Veronica, let's go to the so and so park for a picnic, and you be like, okay, Fatine.
Yeah.
And then I tell you, well, you got to bring the sandwiches, you got to bring the fruit, you got to bring the dessert. You look at me, but didn't you invite me?
Yeah.
I can see if we go in this together.
Yeah.
You understand
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But
Right.
if I did the inviting,
Yeah.
because see, if Veronica say, Fatine, let's go on a picnic, I'm gonna be like, okay, cool. But I'm not just gonna leave it. I'm gonna be like, okay, you want me to contribute, or here's amount, how much you think you need for me to contribute. Let her, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's how we roll.
Yeah.
That's how we work. This brother invited this young lady over. Men gotta be men. You invited her over. You should be able to stand up and provide right there because you invited her over. It's like inviting somebody out to dinner and then you can't pay for it.
Right.
That's what this is
Yeah,
about.
that's the same
That's
thing.
what I'm saying.
Yeah. But we don't know how she related the information. Like, she probably could have said, hey, I love a man can cook. Could you cook for me? What he should have said, I don't have the utensils and the pots and the stuff. Can we go to your place? That's what he should
Or
have
can
said.
you come over and cook for me? I think
Yes, but bring the utensils, the pot, and the
Sorry.
seasoning. And the,
Sorry. That's sorry.
I think it would have been more romantic. I think it would have been more romantic if he would have said,
Brain freeze.
"No, can you come over and cook for us?"
I mean, it's a way to you can get that in there,
Yeah.
and it's a way to get that in there.
yeah,
But that's what I'm saying.
yeah,
You got to be creative.
yeah.
You got to be creative.
He wasn't.
You know.
He's definitely
So
creative.
for me, you got to be creative. So I can see that.
Yeah,
But from what she's telling us and how the letter went, I'm like,
Yeah.
he's just not the one.
no.
And I'm not calling this dude bad. I'm not gonna say
I didn't say he's bad.
No, he's not
Because
bad.
I mean, how you being raised is, I mean, how we raise our kids is kind of gonna linger with them
Yeah.
until
So-
they
It's go,
you know,
yeah, yeah. I mean,
really
But t-
figure out life. I mean, and dude is 34 years
Yeah.
old.
But Tim
Like,
Johnson
Lord.
says, but what if he can't cook though? And Tim, then why invite her over for dinner? Say that. Listen, I would love to invite you over for dinner, but I'm not really a cooker. I'm telling you, I don't even cook. I go to my mom's, honestly, because I don't cook. I don't even have the utensils.
Yeah.
But I would love to invite you over for dinner. Let's see if we can do something mutual here. But to me, I wouldn't even do that. I'll just invite her out to eat.
that means he probably had other intentions.
God damn right he did.
Yeah,
Damn right. He just wanted to get
Just to get
over
over
there.
there.
I
Right.
see what the hell
Yeah.
is going on.
Yeah,
I'm not stupid.
it could definitely be that.
And that's what I'm saying. She saw the red flags and she might have been willing, but she was like, oh no, you don't. And I've seen women say that.
Yeah.
Oh no, you ain't got it together. I'm not dealing
No,
with you like
right,
that.
It's a waste of time.
You know, thank you.
Yeah,
I'm a
waste
waste of
time.
time. I'm not
Yeah.
wasting my time with your sorry ass.
Absolutely not.
No. No.
You know.
Mm-mm.
But let's say, how about if he was a good brother?
He could
He
be.
could have been a good guy.
But why didn't lie? Then why lie? Or why invite her over? See, it's,
Being truthful at the beginning is definitely. I feel like it would have been much better if he would.
that's it.
Right.
He may be a great brother.
I want you to come over for dinner, but I can't cook. I can't.
Yeah, I
I don't
can't-
have any pots and pans.
Yeah,
But I want you to come over here.
Yeah.
Man, he
Being
could.
honest is so important.
Mhm. At the beginning, at
Like,
least.
don't start lying to me at the
Yeah,
beginning.
don't start it. Yeah.
That's
That's
a
like
turn
that's
off.
just like buying me gifts and stop buying me gifts later after I done gave you some. You know. That's the thing.
What? Say that again. Say that again. You snuck that in there, brother. Say that again.
I just like-
You snuck that in
I just
there.
like-
Wait a minute.
That's just like starting to buy me gifts in the beginning.
Uh-huh.
I done gave you some. Now you ain't buying me nothing because I done gave you some.
Listen,
Like, where the gifts at?
Yeah.
I done gave you some. I mean,
don't start it off like
yeah.
that, and you can't continue.
But that's
that's, that's how you finish. You got to finish strong. You
Well-
started off like this.
well, but if you have a motive, and that's part. Sometimes I use the word game.
Yeah.
At times, your game is eventually to catch the fish.
Yeah.
After the fish, you ain't still putting bait out and all that stuff. You
No,
done caught the
no,
fish. You're
I
going
got
home to cook the
fish.
fish. So a lot of us put this bait out. You know, for instance, for me, to learn, as a younger coming up, of course, you hanging out and you want to be able to dance.
Right.
But for me, I had to stay up on the dances because it was a prerequisite for me in New York to
Mhm.
go to the clubs to meet women.
Right.
So I had to be up on this stuff.
Yeah.
Certain things I didn't cross. I wasn't smoking back then. I'm not drinking. I'm not going to drink to be in the social environment. I'm going to be who I am.
Right.
But I'm still going to be not too left feet out there. I'm going to be able to hold a conversation. And at first, I couldn't hold a conversation.
Yeah.
If I tell you some of the things I would ask women, I would laugh at my own damn
I
self.
can relate.
But I had to learn how to go about it,
Right. Right.
And it's nothing wrong to be honest. I think we fib a little bit because we don't want to show our, where we're vulnerable at.
Yeah.
But I think this brother you're too vulnerable now.
Yeah.
This just didn't look good.
No.
This just was horrible
And
to
it
me.
backfired.
Mm-mm.
It backfired.
Oh, it
bad.
definitely backfired. She ain't come over.
No.
So Victor is really going in the comments. I don't know if you really want to read what but he's saying like
Go ahead, read
male
it.
bashing.
So what he says, I got something. He said, "A man that can't cook isn't a man." That's what the damn message is tonight. What about women who can't cook? I don't think that's the message tonight. The message ain't about a man that can't cook. It's about a man that lied
Yeah.
and invited this woman over to dinner, and then honestly, basically, don't have the utensils. So he's this man that don't cook. He goes to his mama to eat home cooked meals. So I don't think it's about men that can't cook. It's
No.
about a man that lied
It's not about.
and had most likely an ulterior motive. It's not about a man that can't cook.
I could be the other.
Yeah, if a man can't cook, then just offer and say, "Listen, let's get together. I would like to take you out for dinner tonight, and then come back to my place." What's so hard about that? We're not bashing men that can't cook.
No, we're not.
We're bashing a man that lied.
Because I'm the elephant in the room. I can't cook,
Right.
but I
I hate to say right, but you said it. So
yeah,
I
I
agree.
can't cook. So, but I would definitely take you out to dinner, and I'm definitely, not going to tell you to bring no pots and utensils and no seasoning.
I'm gonna take you out to dinner. Make sure you bring your credit
Yeah,
card.
make sure you
Bring your credit card.
you go.
Okay.
And Mr. Sammy says the only thing he did wrong was inviting her over for dinner. He could be a nice guy, no
Right.
harm, no foul, and that's truth.
Yeah.
He very well could be,
Yeah.
but I just feel like
She won't know it now because she just looked at it and said, "Nah, I'm gonna leave him alone."
Right.
And I keep telling you, those red flags, it happens. Same thing with a female. If she gives you that red flag, she may be a good person.
Right.
But when you see those red flags, and because sometimes we've had past history, bad history with people,
Yeah.
we see these flags and we
You're right.
out.
Yeah, you're
And,
right.
and then we talk on this show. If you see these red flags, why do you stay or why do you continue?
Right.
So now here we go with a red flag, and we making excuses
Right.
that she could have did this and could have did that. No, hell no. She saw a red flag and she said, "No, I'm not. I'm done."
She did right.
She did right.
I'm looking out for you, guy, bro. She did right.
Mm.
Women get tired, wasting time, and
Mm.
and you give a lot of guys chances, and they show you their true self later.
Yeah.
That's how it normally go.
Yeah. Somebody didn't believe I could cook, right? So I made breakfast. I put it on Facebook, the cheese, eggs, grits, and all that. Oh, you really can cook.
Yeah.
Well, what am I say? I can't cook if I can't cook. I can cook. I'm not a gourmet kind of guy. I
Yeah.
don't do that all the time.
Yeah.
But when I'm home and I don't feel like going to Western Sizzling, which I always tend to go,
You're good enough.
that's your only advertising spot. You want to advertise on Tangy Tea, you know what to do. Contact Veronica and pay some money, and you get that plug.
Hey,
But on that side,
Hey.
hey, that's one plug. That's it.
there you go.
But on the serious side, I go to the store, I buy what I want, and I like to learn new things.
Okay.
And since my family, my cousins have taken over a more healthy kind of living, of eating. I got younger cousins that are vegans now. I'm not trying to become a vegan, but I don't eat a lot of meats. I usually eat chicken, lamb, once in a while a little oxtail, and
Okay.
turkey. That's I'm not a big, red meat person.
Me neither.
But I like to fish, but I like to learn new things,
Right.
And fortunately, like I said, my late wife was really good at cooking. So I don't mind inviting somebody over to help me
Mhm.
to do this as a we do it together, but they're not going to they if they got a specific kind of seasoning,
Right. Right.
then they can tell me and I'll go pick it up, or if they have it and they want to bring it. But I'm gonna say what do you want, what's on the menu for us tonight, and we'll pick out the menu, and I'm gonna buy the food and this, that, and the other. But I have female friends that want to chip in.
So when she put the cream in the oxtails,
Right.
how did it turn out? Because that ain't something you normally
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. The
Okay.
difference is there was one thing that I don't do is
Okay.
I don't cook with salt.
Right.
And I think she when she seasoned the oxtail, she seasoned it with salt, so it was a little too salty for me. That's the
Oh,
only
okay.
thing. So the
Yeah.
cream, it made the gravy a little bit differently, but it was still good.
Still
It
good.
just was
Okay.
a little too salty. But
Okay.
other than that, it was good, and I appreciated that,
Okay.
because she can cook.
Yeah.
The young lady can cook, and I appreciate her doing that. But she was smart. Crock pot. Once she got in the crock pot, she was done. Just leave
Yeah.
it on. I went to sleep, woke up in the next morning, it was done.
I don't think we heard anything about Veronica cooking. Can Veronica cook?
Veronica can cook. I
Really?
can't cook, but
She ain't never brought us a meal.
Veronica,
Oh man.
Never brought us a meal.
Never.
Nope.
I can
Oh.
really cook, but because my schedule is so busy, I don't cook like I
Don't have
should.
time.
Yeah, I really don't. I feel so bad for my son half the time
Well,
because he'll go pick him up something to eat. Like I feel like a bad mother
no, he
a
knows.
lot of times
He
because
knows.
I do not take time to cook. I used to cook though.
He know where mom at. He knows.
Yeah.
You know, my mom worked 2 jobs when I was younger, so that why, I used to oodles noodles and bologna, fried bolognas and hot dogs, and my mom was always gone.
Yeah.
So
And that's the thing. Like I don't want him eating like that. I
Yeah.
don't want him eating oodles and noodles and bologna and
yeah,
all that stuff. But then on the other hand, I'm like, okay, but he's going to pick up wings and
Oh, he good.
things
Hey,
like that. And
these
he'll go
these
to the
new
Waffle
kids,
House
these
and
new
get
kids
something.
is fine with going to get wings and get
Yeah.
takeouts. You know,
But I guess because of how I'm eating,
Yeah.
trying to eat
Mhm.
healthy, and I feel bad because like when he have to pick up stuff. But
right?
so I do want to say something to Tim because Tim, Tyrone, Victor, all of them are saying, how did the man lie? So Tim was like, because he don't have pots. Yeah, I say he lied. How did he lie? Maybe I'm confused. I think the lie is coming from him inviting her over for dinner. That's point blank period. That's the lie when he said, "Would you like to come over for dinner?" The only reason why she knew that he didn't have pots and pans because she asked, "Is there anything that I can bring?" And that's when he was like, "Oh yeah, bring the pots, the utensils, and the seasoning." So I feel like if he would have came out and said, "I would love for you to come over for dinner, but I don't have any pots and stuff,"
Well, at least he
and
had the
then
food.
that's when she should have said, "Well, let me bring some pots, and I would teach you how to cook or something like that."
But he did have the food. He did have. I guess he did have the food to actually cook whatever he was going to cook, because
DJ Doughboy, woman invites you over for dinner.
right.
What do you expect?
I expect her to have everything ready.
So now all of a sudden she invites you over to dinner, then she comes back and tell you what? Oh, I don't have no utensils. I don't know utensils. I haven't even zeroed in on the damn utensil part. I don't have the pots and the pans. I don't even have the utensils. What the? So okay, now you're like, why did you invite me over to dinner? It would have been just easier to say, let's go out to eat.
I'm like, let's go out to eat.
Eat. What's so hard about that?
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
I would give you kudos for trying.
Okay, who kudos?
Her kudos for at least saying that she want to cook for me, even though maybe she less fortunate. She can't afford pots and some
Then
people,
don't invite. Then don't invite me over.
you know
Don't invite me over.
that's true.
That's it. Don't invite me over.
Well, yeah. So Mr. Herman has something that he would like to say about this.
What you got, her man?
Hello.
Hello, Herman.
Now, when the guy and the girl was talking, and she asked him, "Is there anything that I can bring over?" and he said, "The pots, pans." She didn't talk to him no more after that.
I think she said she cut him off. She said
She said, let me see, am I wrong? I turned down the invitation. He's been calling my phone, but I've been ignoring his calls.
Okay.
He is a nice guy, but I do not see a future
Okay.
with him.
Check this out. I know me. I would have said some shit like that
yeah.
as a joke. I
Maybe,
would have said, "Bring the pots, pans," knowing damn well I got pots and pans. I would have just said that as a joke.
maybe he was joking. Maybe
He could have been joking, and she'd cut him off too fast.
yeah, too fast.
That's why he's calling.
Yeah, I mean, That's a possibility.
That's
Because you think about the logic in it. The guy,
Try not to
the
be
guy.
Herman tonight.
No, but what I'm saying is,
Why is
that's
a damn
something-
34-year-old
No, what I'm
grown
saying-
man
no, no,
on
no,
an
no, 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 no.
impression
You didn't-
lying? Why
No,
is
he's
it a
not lying.
joke?
It was a joke.
But why? Why would you joke with a woman that you're trying to get to know?
you. Yeah, I'm just being.
Yeah,
I'm
but then
joking.
you come back out and say, "Oh, I was just joking." You'll take
Yeah.
care of that. You don't let that conversation end
But
and
she,
no.
she the one took it all like that.
No, she took it the way she should take it.
No,
Wait a minute.
no.
Why would a man lie and joke or
But
joke
you saying
about
he
that?
lying. You keep saying he's lying, but
I'll say
don't
you
know
put
he
the
was
joke
lying.
in there.
But check this out.
I
check
think
this
that's a
out.
sorry ass man, bro.
Okay, then
and
check
I'm
this
gonna
out.
say it like I say it. It's a sorry ass man if you're joking, and if you're joking, then it's a point within that conversation. You let that person. You don't hang up and leave that joke out there and leave that impression, brother. Especially when you're trying to get to meet somebody on the first time. You don't do that. I don't see why that's a joke. Sorry. I'm finished. You see me sitting back?
I mean, you go in.
That is
Oh,
good.
damn right I'm going in because I
is-
think we make sorry ass excuses for a grown ass man. If you come in here and I wouldn't even think about joking, and if I joke like that, if I do, because we do joke, but I would never hang up the phone. I would just say, "Oh, I don't have no pots and pans, so you got to bring so and so." And then if I see where this is going, I'm gonna say, "Oh, yeah, I'm just joking. I got pots and pans. Come on over." Blah blah blah. I'm not gonna hang up the phone, let that conversation end on a joke, bro. And we don't know one another like that. We get into know one another. This is pretty much the first time we hooking up. We've been talking back and forth on the phone. You want to make a lasting impression. Why would a 34-year-old man be joking like that?
Are you finished now?
Yeah.
Go ahead one more time.
He's a sorry ass man.
Okay, check this out. We definitely live in a different time. People don't cook like they used to.
Right, that's true.
Right.
That's true.
Okay, this dude is a younger dude, and they on a whole nother wavelength.
Yeah.
Like my son, 25 years old. I don't cook for my son. If I cook in my house, I don't cook for him. Why? Because he eat out all the time. I never expect him to come to home.
And most
I
young
don't
kids
cook
do.
for him.
Most of them do.
Like I literally do not anticipate my son. He could be here for weeks and weeks and weeks. I will not cook for him because I don't expect him to eat. Because every time I turn around, it's a bag in the trash case, a bag sitting on the table.
They're Uber
He
themselves.
eats out. So why should I be worried about that? Okay, now look at him. What he need pots and pans for?
Because he's young and he eats out.
He don't eat like that.
He eats out.
He not worried about cooking. I remember when he left and went somewhere. It was a long time. He called me and said, "Hey man, when I come back home," he asked me for a couple of pots and pans. But I gave it to him. But he was living where he was at for a long time without it.
Because they always
They eat out.
Yeah.
That's
And-
young.
That don't
Yeah,
make
and-
him sorry, man. It's just a different time.
So I get so Herm, when you say it like that, fine, I'm cool with you on that. That's there. I wouldn't call your son sorry until to the point he gets with a woman and he know he doesn't cook, can't cook, and then invite her over. I think that right there, when I can change my wording instead of calling him sorry. I just think that was a sorry way of displaying something. I can change my terminology. But if your son at that age, what you're saying, I'm not going to throw him under the bus, but do you think your son would invite a woman over knowing that he don't cook, he don't have the utensils? I don't think he would do that. I don't think he would do that. I think you raised your son enough that he has common sense that he wouldn't invite a woman over for dinner to say, "I'm going to cook for you," and you don't cook and you ain't got the pots and the pans to
Check this
do
out,
it.
man. This era is on a whole nother way.
I got daughters too, bro, and they don't do that.
Okay, man. We can sing at the same time. We damn sure can't talk at the same time.
Okay, go ahead. But you keep saying this era.
Man, look. We don't live in this era. We don't vibrate like they do. Everything they do is on the internet. These kids be knowing shit we don't even know about.
Yeah, I don't know a lot. I promise.
But that's when you
They
played
know
with
about. Wait a minute. Hold up, man. They know about way more shit going on around here
Yeah.
than we know. I mean, I could try to read it and don't even understand it.
I ain't even on TikTok yet. So
Yeah, they on a whole nother wavelength, and I'm telling you, they move different, they do shit different. All this like they go to dates and they literally don't even talk to each other. They just look at each other and then come back and talk to each other online. I'm like, what the hell?
yeah.
We gonna meet the same place, not talk to each other, and then go back later
Yeah.
and text
Go
each
back
other
to
about
yeah.
it. You know, then you got
That's true.
you got girls telling these young boys now, you got to cash at me before you talk to me.
Nah, that's crazy.
Yeah. They really doing the
So
most
I'm
with
gonna
this
respond to
cash
that.
app.
This shit is different.
So I'm gonna respond to that.
For
So
a young man not to have pots in his house,
So-
it is what it is.
So I agree with Herman that things have changed. But what I'm saying is it's not a broad brush. You can't come in and say things are different with the young folks today when it's not.
is.
I went Sunday to my cousin's house, 21-year-old, cooked dinner. Cook dinner. So don't sit there and say these young folks are this, that, and the other.
Female.
Some young folks are like that, and then there's some young folks that
Right.
their parents and guardians and grandparents
What
and
I'm-
aunts and uncles have
Right.
brought them up
We all-
and raised them to the point that I'm not giving up on our young people in the future because things are different and they on this more and they know more of this, that, and other. Maybe because y'all don't know how to use this. That don't mean some of us adults do know how to use it. But what I'm saying is you're right, Herman. Some of the young people are not into that. I agree with you, my brother.
No,
but
no,
don't
that's not
say
that's
but,
not what I'm saying.
But what you did say is young people today. You're painting it with a broad brush.
What I'm saying is the culture of younger people, the culture is changing.
That's true.
Yeah, traditional values always gonna be there.
Mhm.
Everybody gonna learn the traditional values. Do they follow them? No. But we all hear about the traditional values from generation to generation to generation. I'm not saying that the traditional stuff goes away. People cooking at home. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is people are changing the way they do shit. Cause look, right now, when I came up, damn near nobody on my block had a car.
Mm.
Damn near everybody down here had gardens, had livestock in their yard.
You don't see much.
You don't see none of that no more.
Not no more.
It changed.
And I agree with you on that.
It changed.
I agree with you. I agree with
Don't
you.
live. I mean, they doing something different than what we doing.
Right.
And
But
is
it don't
what
take
is.
away. But
Yeah.
I'm
And
just
that's why I had to really understand the concept. Like when I said with my son, you know, I would cook for him. He come in. He all right. Ate.
Yeah.
I just stopped. I
Yeah.
you know what? Forget it.
They don't need to cook.
Ain't no need to cooking for him.
Yeah.
Don't worry about him. He all right.
Yeah.
He ain't
Yeah.
grown. Now he ain't no kid.
Mhm.
And as a 34-year-old guy, he ain't too much older than my son, but but he about 9 years. But it's still the generation, and people in the 30s
so if he gets
groove with the younger people.
so what happened? So let me ask you this: just have this conversation with all of us. Your son is 25.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was 25, I wasn't cooking. I at 25, my father passed and my mom. So I was on my own at 25. But I wasn't really cooking a lot. I could cook some, but I wasn't cooking a lot. What do you say for your son if he gets in a relationship? Like you said, things are different. Where's the responsibility? What do you think the responsibility on somebody that's 25, between 25, 28 years old, say I'm getting into a relationship? Where does the responsibility comes in of just doing things that are a little bit more adult? You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying fast food. Again, he has no obligations right now. He seems like he's single. I guess he's single. I'm not sure.
But okay.
But he's not taking care of no one.
I got an answer for that.
Yeah.
So okay, check this out.
Mhm.
How many times we see online, and I'm talking about what women post.
Right.
Women will say, they want to be taken to this place, that place. Then you got these polls where they say, "Well, you got to take me at least to this place."
Like the cheesecake factory.
yeah, all that. You
conversation.
hear all this stuff about where they want to go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Then you'll see some posts. Well, Netflix and chill, stay at home. We can cook together. You hear that too,
Right.
right?
Right.
Where the hell you supposed to be at with all this?
Yeah. It's a lot.
Where are you supposed to be with this? So you to try to put it one place, you can't because they ain't in one place.
Yeah.
So as a man, you pick one.
Yeah.
Thank you. I agree with you.
You pick
You-
one, so
you
that don't
find-
make me irresponsible if I'm not
I
doing
think
the
you
other.
find I think you find your lane. I think it comes irresponsible for you to try to operate in a lane that you don't know how to operate in. He invited her to dinner. That's not a lane that he operates in. He shouldn't have,
Oh,
he
no,
shouldn't have
man.
invited her
I
out
just-
to over for dinner, and he
I
didn't
just
have the
think-
utensils, couldn't cook for her, and the pots and the pans. That's
My
what I'm
honest
saying.
opinion about that whole situation, I really think that dude does have pots and pans. I just don't believe that.
You think he was joking?
I think he was bullshitting.
Yeah.
Cause why would you have your own place, invite somebody over? You done
Yeah.
been,
You got a
no.
whole place. A whole
Because
place.
one, there's a lot more than just pots and pans. You don't have to have pots and pans these days. You
Right.
have the air fryer. You have the Instapot.
That's true.
You don't need pots and pans.
You really don't. That's
You
that's
have
back
the
in the days.
microwave.
Yep.
And see, he
Like,
probably
I-
living. He probably living like that.
Yeah.
But he
Exactly.
asked her to bring it, so that means he isn't living like
He
that.
tryna impress her.
that
But
means-
did they discuss what the meal was?
that's what I was going to
Yeah.
say. It depends on what he was trying to cook.
Because he already had the food. He already had the food to cook. He just didn't have the utensils.
Maybe that's why he wanted pots. and
My
pans.
son kept my air fryer going.
Even though you
Yeah.
can pretty much cook anything in the air fryer
Everything.
and the Instapot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely an Instapot.
Yeah.
That's all you need. Instapot,
what
I
you
got
say
you,
you got,
baby.
yeah.
You're damn right.
Yeah.
Instapot, yeah. And it cooks it quick. So you can put something in, take it out, put something else in, and then you got, you can do it.
Right.
And you know something else? When my son left, I told him, man, don't buy dishes, buy paper plates, buy paper cups and all that. Just
I have
don't-
no problem
That way
with
you don't have to
paper
worry
plates in
about
my house.
washing no dishes.
Darn
I
right.
said, forget all that. Or do like my partner when he was in college. He said he had 2 plates, 2 forks, 2 cups. Wasn't too much. There wasn't a whole lot of dishwashing.
We
It
did
was-
that in college.
That was
Definitely.
for him.
Yeah.
We
it was
did
all
that.
for him though.
We did that in
Yeah.
college. And I do agree with you because even in family life, we had plates,
Right.
we had cups, and we had paper plates and paper cups. But for me, again, I'm in a different era. So for me, I had plates and I did the paper plates too when I had company. But for me, I come out of an era that we wanted to impress women, man.
Yeah.
Impress women was part of capturing their mind and finding out more about them and giving more of us who we were and especially when we came up in a good upbringing. I look at you, how you talk about how you walk in life. I think that that's something that you would want to sell to a female if you was getting to meet her for the first time. You want to sell yourself because you, at the end of the day, that's what we're doing. We're trying to sell ourselves if we want that relationship or whatever. If you want some backside, it's a different story.
Yeah.
But if you want a fulfilling and loving type relationship, you want to bring what you bring to the table, and hopefully it matches what the other person is looking for as well.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. So I come from that era where we impress women.
Yeah. Your
We
era.
impress women,
Your
bro.
era. I think your era is a lot harder to impress women back then. I think it's a lot easier to impress women
Very
now.
easy to impress women today. For
Yeah,
me.
because a lot of women nowadays is looking more for loyalty. If you can be loyal to me and you can be faithful and don't lie to me, a woman gonna give you a chance. But back in the days, you gotta bring it.
Gotta bring it.
You gotta bring it back then.
Because they brought it too.
They brought it too.
They
right.
brought it too. They
Yes.
brought something to the table. So by bringing something to the table, you better bring something to the
Got to.
table.
So let me
Gotcha.
read this letter right quick because Tyrone is saying he don't remember the letter saying that he asked her for dinner. That's the first thing she said. So this guy invited me over to his house for dinner. She says, I was so excited because we have been conversing for a while. I asked if he wanted me to bring anything, and he said yes. Can you bring your pots, utensils, and some seasonings? I'm thinking to myself, like, this guy is 34 years old, and he doesn't have his own pots and pans. I asked him, how does he cook without pots and pans? And he said he always go over to his parents' house to eat because his mother cooks for him. I'm 36 years old, and I'm sorry, but this is a total turnoff for me. Am I wrong? I turned down the invitation. He's been calling my phone, but I've been ignoring his calls. He is a nice guy, but I do not see a future with him. So yes, he did invite her over for dinner. There's nothing wrong with the guy not having pots and pans. A lot of guys don't have pots and pans in their house, most likely. But they have other things to cook with, a microwave at least.
Yeah.
So he was
They
definitely
probably come in
trying.
the house.
Yeah.
They're
They
trying
probably
to
come in the house.
Yeah. So he definitely probably was trying to,
Impress her.
impress
Definitely.
her. But once again, he should have told her that up front. Don't invite me. Just go ahead and say, listen, I want you to come over for dinner, but I do not have anything to cook with. So can you bring blah blah blah, and we can cook together, or you can cook for us. Just
Maybe
Don't
she
invite
should have.
me
Maybe
first.
she should have at least went there just to see what he had going on.
without the pots and pans.
I
No,
mean,
with the
yeah,
pots. No, bring the pots and pans.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, just to see. Just you know.
but you got to understand, this is a first date. Do you really make that impression on a first date?
Yeah,
No,
that
no.
was that was bad. It was bad.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah, that's
It's
the
horrible.
only thing I'm saying.
It's horrible.
It was bad to say that about the dishes. Yeah, it was bad. After I listened to
Yeah.
it again, it was like,
Yeah.
no, you shouldn't have did that.
Nope.
Right
You
now,
don't-
But that don't make him a sorry guy just because
it doesn't make him a
No,
show, not at all.
Cause he still got a house.
Right, he's still paying bills.
He's
I
not
mean,
with
I
his
know
mama.
He have his own place,
He got his own place.
but just
You
the
gotta
fact
give him
that
kudos for that.
What's the point of me cooking if my mom's still cooking?
And that's how a lot of them think.
You
too.
know.
What's the point?
Shoot, I still go to my parents' house and eat. I ain't even gonna
Yeah.
lie.
I mean,
What's the point?
yeah. He should have his own place at the age of 34.
I
If
still-
my mom,
Sissy, don't come in the
I
comments.
stick by what I said, because when I guess we agree to disagree, because I understand what your definition of sorry. What I mean is sorry is that not he's a sorry individual and ain't worthless. I don't mean it like that, but it can be taken like that.
Right.
What I mean is that sometimes we just say things that is just sorry. And I guess my parents or people have said to me, man, what you just do, that's a sorry thing,
Yeah.
So, I'm not saying that he's a sorry individual. He may be he may be an engineer. He may have a job that is very complicated. I don't know. She said he's a good guy. I'm not saying that he's not a good guy, because I said that he could be a good guy. What I'm saying is so I'll change my wording. That's a sorry ass decision for you to do that. And for the other person to say that he was joking, I said to Herm and I say to you, joking is one thing. We all joke, but there's a time when you let in on a joke. You don't joke on a first impression like that and then leave that out there to hang. So when that person hangs up, they're making a decision now to say, I'm going to accept or deny now.
Right.
Why would I leave that out there as a joke as a 34-year-old man and she's 36? I ain't joking with no 36-year-old woman like that.
That means she got other options. If she ain't had no other options, she still would have went.
Even if she don't have no other options, the bottom line is that she made her decision because she felt that was not something that she don't feel that I can invest in somebody like that.
Right.
I'm not wasting my time with somebody like that.
Right.
And like Miss Carol says, his invite was a sorry move.
That's what I meant.
It
That's
was.
what I meant. Thank you.
It was
So-
Miss Carol.
That's a sorry move. So
but
Not
We-
saying he was.
so as guys that have dated, you have never bombed a date
I bombed the date, but I ain't bombed the invite.
or bomb one.
I ain't bombed the damn
No,
invite.
I never bombed the invite.
I
probably
never bombed the
date,
invite.
but not
Bombed
the invite.
date. Damn right. I
Yeah.
ain't bombed no invite. Shit, no.
Oh, I should have invited, and I didn't. I missed my chance.
I bombed a date. I took a girl out to dinner and I drove too damn fast. And I scared the shit out of her. And she said she was praying over that whole time. She said, if I get out this car, I'll never
See,
ride with this guy. So she, like, after the date, I ain't hear from him no more.
So you was
I
driving.
ran into her but like 10, 15 years later,
Yeah.
and she told me.
Wow.
Do you look back and see that you was driving fast, or you don't?
I said, you should have just said something. I wouldn't have tripped about
How
that.
fast you was going?
See, back then I really didn't understand all these highways and all that.
Yeah.
Some kind of dumb way. I left Hartsville, went all the way to 95, I mean 20 or whatever, and went up that way.
Yeah.
To go to Florence
Yeah.
instead of just going to back. I went all the way around the world.
I was going like
I was
not-
flying.
85 and a 45.
right?
Yeah, I went all the way like through Bishopville, and went up 20 and went back all the way to Florence. The oddest way to go.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good thing. What you just brought up, Herman. You know what? Because I'm looking at the time, and that's a good thing. To kind of change the conversation a little bit. bombing a date.
Yeah.
You know,
Bombing a date.
yeah, bombing a date. You know, you just said how you bombed a date. You said you bombed a date.
No, I haven't bombed the actual date. I bombed the date, but I didn't bomb the invitation, like you say.
Okay.
So yeah, I bombed the date. Like, you know, I didn't. I'm shy. I didn't know what to say, and I was
Okay.
I was very boring. I was very boring, and,
Okay.
and never called back.
What about you, Veronica? It has. If you didn't bomb a date, did a man bomb a date with you?
No. Did you bomb a date?
Okay.
Did I bomb? I don't ever recall bombing a date.
Oh man,
Some women got the
Do
control.
you think somebody felt like you bombed a date?
Maybe,
Okay.
but I don't think so.
Yeah.
Cause I'm always talkative. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing boring.
No,
Like,
nothing
You don't think you
boring.
could have talked too much?
I mean,
nah. Cause a lot of times, I mean, I can be shy now. Don't get me wrong, especially if it's somebody who I'm just meeting. Like,
So you got to call back every time.
most definitely.
Well, get ready to call. Get ready to call for Teen a sorry ass because I bombed the date with an older woman. Damn right, I bombed the date.
how?
Didn't know what to say. Didn't know how to behave.
That's why. That's why.
Moved. Just didn't move maturely.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
why I said-
I just wasn't. I wasn't up to speed.
I was
I
young.
wasn't up to speed.
I was young.
You know, and I was young, but I was still a grown man. I was in my early 20s.
I was murdered.
But I just was not ready for
Oh,
that. And I
oh.
bombed it, and she told me. And she told me that. She was like, "You got a lot more to learn, my
Yeah.
brother." And you know, it humbles you.
Yeah.
You embarrassed at the moment, Herman. You definitely I was embarrassed. But as I got older, I
learn.
learned
You
from
learn
that.
from it.
And then what I started to do was to start to talk to older women to get advice from them,
Yeah.
you know.
Yep.
Now what I'm running into, and I was talking to a young lady last night, I run into women that are anywhere from 15 to 20 years younger than me now,
Okay.
that are more attractive to me, that they complain about men their age not up to their speed today.
Mm.
And that's what I'm hearing now.
Yeah.
And then when we come on the scene, you know, it's like they feel like, wow, this is something I'm missing.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to be treated this way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what's happening.
Yeah.
What is Victor talking about? Veronica bombed a date before. I was there. She messed up. She messed up one of my dates. So in reality, she bombed a date. I don't recall that, sir. I don't know what date you're talking about. But okay. Let me see. Tyrone, a bomb. What he says? A bomb what? I can't read that.
I don't know.
A bomb would have been not being honest.
Well, yeah, you a bomb a date if you're not being honest.
Shanita says 34 with no pots and pans. That's just ridiculous. Have a housewarming. Maybe one of his friends would bring him a set as a gift, but hell no, I'm not bringing. But hell no, I'm not bringing no pots and pans over to your crib. Nope. And that's so. And
Well,
yeah.
what if it was something specific to cook?
Like I wanted oxtail, and the young lady that was
You know,
coming over to show
certain
me
things you got to
she's-
cook in a certain type
Yeah.
of pot.
Yeah,
Right,
but she
right.
told me to get a crock
True.
pot. I didn't ask her to bring her crock pot. I bought a crock pot. Why would I? If she's coming over to help me with something, and she said, "Do you have a crock pot?" I say, "No." I knew she had a crock pot. I'd have been sorry if I would have said, "Can you bring your crock pot?" I bought a crock pot. She was coming over to show me how to do this. I just needed it one time.
Yeah.
You understand? But I bought a crock pot. I really didn't need it, but I didn't feel like going through the Instapot because she wasn't familiar with the Instapot. So since she's doing me that favor, I'm gonna make it as convenient
Yeah, convenient.
for her.
Right.
You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that's why I went out and bought a crock pot.
It's called prepping for a date. He didn't prep for the date.
Damn right.
Hey.
Just for one time use.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I can use a crock pot anytime for different things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not gas.
If you want
I
a,
go-
if you
I-
want a happy ending at the end of the night,
Damn.
you will prep for the date.
That's what we do.
If I got the base my happy ending on a damn crock pot, I'm in trouble.
I'm telling you.
Something
A
wrong.
lot,
with
a
me.
lot of us based it on a lot of things. A lot of us have done some dumb things. Maybe
my
not you,
God.
Herman,
Yeah.
but a lot of us have done some dumb things just to get some.
I'm sure.
Just to get some,
Yeah.
not to get in a relationship.
Yeah.
We've done some dumb things just to get some.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So a crock pot, shoot, man, some of us have spent a lot of money
Yeah.
and then felt like a fool after.
Yeah.
Tim Johnson said, "Why y'all forcing him to get pots and pans and he don't need them? Y'all on one tonight." And Tyrone says, "I think this is just too much. If you like someone, you don't throw them away over some pots."
That's what I said. I said that's trivial.
That's why I said she should have went
She should have
Anyway.
at least checked the dude character
just-
out.
checked the house out.
No, check his character.
Yeah.
Don't
You
worry
never
about his
know.
house because you know what I mean. That could be
He can have a
he can have
big
a-
house.
Yeah, he can have a nice
Big,
ass
nice
house, but
house.
his character ain't in check.
His house probably can look better than your house.
He was looking for a mama.
But why are we on
Fact.
materialistic stuff though?
But
That's
So what if the
that's-
house is a big house?
it's a.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's like things you can work with after that. You know what I'm saying?
Just because you have a big house?
I mean, he got a foundation. That way it starts at. He got.
Okay, but what if he has a foundation and his character is terrible?
I mean, it wouldn't have got that far if the character's terrible. I don't think.
I don't know.
You know.
I mean,
it
sometimes
was-
you don't know. Remember, we always putting our best foot forward. We don't present the negative side of us.
Right.
We always put the best foot forward
Yeah.
first, and then
That's
we
it,
start to
really.
find out that little negative
Yeah.
other side of you know what we
yeah,
do.
Yeah.
You know?
We start off.
We start off right,
Right.
Mr. Clean.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mhm. But he showed his mama side early.
Show that baby side.
The
of
baby
it.
side.
Damn baby side of it.
Mama boy side early.
Right.
Too early.
Yep. My mama babied me. My father had to get me out of her,
Yeah.
out of her grips.
But how old were you?
I was 15, and my father complained to my aunt, which was my mother's sister.
Mhm.
My aunt came to her and said some choice words, not choice word and cursing her out, not like that. She said, "You're gonna make so and so." I don't want to use that words now because it's a change, but you're gonna make a so and so out of this boy. Let him go with his father. Stop babying him. And my mother let go. She let go. She let go, and I'm so glad
Yeah.
because my father made that man out of me through work, hard work, responsibility, and there's me and him as a man having those kind of man-to-man conversations
Right.
that I was not getting because she was holding on to me that he built up a wall and he didn't deal with me like that because he felt every time he would say something to me, she's gonna chomp at him. So he
Yeah.
just stayed out of it.
Yeah.
But once she let go and she saw the change in me and the difference in me by him doing it, she knew that she did the right thing. And I'm glad she did.
Mhm.
Because on his deathbed, my father's deathbed, I would not lie on my father. He said to me, he said, I didn't think you could do it. But I went to my job, I came back and ran his job as a super 3 apartment buildings, 5 stores.
Okay.
And he said, you did this. And I didn't think you could do it, but you did.
Right.
That's where I was headed if he didn't take that control. So I thank him for that, and I thank my mother for that.
Awesome. Awesome. Because ain't no telling how you would have turned out.
Yeah.
Your mama would have held on. to
Soft
you.
as a Q-tip.
You know it. Just straight tip.
Damn right.
Oh my goodness. Well,
I said
Telling
something
you.
about Q-tips. I damn sure put them in the freezer.
Make them hard.
I grab all the bags, just stuck them
Just
up
throw
there.
'em in there.
I damn sure up there.
Yeah, and they're hard too.
Damn
And that's
sure
all
up
about them.
What tip you talking about? okay. Oh, okay.
oh my God.
Oh, Lord.
Yes.
You know, we got to throw one of them bombs
Yes.
in there.
Thoughts on this letter? We had a lot of comments coming through.
Yes.
So what's your final thoughts, you think?
Don't invite. Prep before you invite anybody over to your place. If you really like them like that, you got to prep. You got to prep.
Prep the food?
Prep your date.
Yeah.
Make sure you got your. When you go to class, you have to make sure you have your pen, your paper, your
All
eraser.
that ready.
You gotta have all that ready. The same thing when it comes to a date. You gotta prep. You know, that's just like if you want to impress a lady for the first night at the house. You know, you got the candles, you got the music, you got the wine, you got everything laid out. because you trying your best to get something, so you got to prep. You don't prep.
Date.
I'll just say this and I will give my final thought. When Hanifa came over the first night, this we went on a lunch date, and then she came over New Year's Eve. She said she wanted a bottle of Kanai wine. Bought that. She stayed over.
Mm-hmm.
Since I was a bachelor at that time, single, I didn't have gas. I had a stove, but I didn't have gas. I wasn't paying no gas bill. I'm not cooking. I had a hot plate.
Okay.
I didn't lie to her.
Yeah.
She was like, "What are we going to eat? We can go out to eat. You got something in here to cook? Yeah, I got grits, eggs, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But I got a hot plate."
Right.
She said, "I got that. I got that. I'm a cook." She made the creamiest grits up there, made them cheese eggs, and we ate, and it just sat on that floor and had a good time, you know. But I had pots.
Right.
I had pans.
Mm-hmm.
I had utensils.
Right.
I had dishes.
Yeah.
I didn't have paper plates.
Right.
You understand? So it's certain things as me growing up as a man and in a household that had a working house. When I got my own place, there was certain foundations that we were going to put in my place.
Mm-hmm.
Dishes, pots, pans. Go to the grocery store. I did shopping for my family as I got older, so I knew how to grocery shop.
Right.
So even to this day, I like when we have Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
My cousin had to get used to me. He don't know what to get. Oh,
Yeah.
he do know what to get. He knows what the flour to get. He knows to get this rising this or this because I know.
Yeah.
So my advice to my final thoughts to her. She wrote the letter.
Okay.
I'm not talking to the guy.
Okay.
If the guy's watching, you see where you messed up at.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
talking to you. I'm talking to you. She asked a simple question.
Right.
Was she wrong? No, sister. You had to make a choice. Your choice was either to go and continue or say, nah, I don't really like what the vibe I'm getting. I think I'm gonna leave this alone. You're not wrong. You came to a fork in the road to choose between left or right. Either way that you decided to go, you wasn't wrong. You made your decision based on what you were seeing and hearing. You're not wrong, sister. I support you on that.
I do too.
So Victor asked a question, and then we're going to get out of here. He says, if a man shows up to a date with condoms, is he being eager or him being prepared?
Vic, I think prepared, but you don't display it. You know what I'm saying? You don't display it. Oh, I got condoms. You know what's going down tonight. But you got to be prepared because you never know. What if you get there and you don't have condoms, and then
Simple question for me. Thanks for that question, Vic. It's very simple. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Prepared in this day and time, and you wind up with someone you just never know. It's always better to be prepared than sorry.
Right.
I don't think it's about being eager. You can be eager,
Yeah.
but being eager, you're still prepared.
Right.
So I think prepared is the best way because you can't go wrong being prepared.
And you don't have to display it. You don't have
No, you don't. Yeah, nah.
No,
You
you
know,
don't.
I've purchased condoms, and I just didn't. It wasn't supposed to be there, but I was
to.
prepared.
Yeah.
And then when I finished, I kept them, or
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, or
Yeah.
moved on. That's all to it.
Yeah.
So, but it's prepared for me too.
When you finished, you kept them.
I mean, if I didn't use them, I just kept them. No,
Say
if I
what?
used them, I said if it didn't go the way I wanted to go, I just
Yeah.
kept them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes I gave them to my younger cousins because
Yeah.
they were out there they were coming up doing their thing, and they would sometimes come and act. So I'll just say, "Hey, here's a box of 3 or whatever."
No, you just keep.
Because I had a box of 100
You might.
in my house. This guy was selling them for $5, so I bought the Trojans for a box of 100 for $5.
A lot of activity.
A lot, and it saved my life.
It did.
Damn right. A lot of things out there that
There's a
no,
lot.
man,
A
no.
lot.
And HIV
Yeah.
during that time in New York. Oh
Right.
no, man.
know.
Mm-mm.
Tell you.
No.
Yes.
Better safe than sorry.
Damn
Better.
right. That's why I'm
Better.
saying prepared. That's what I learned
Prepared.
a long time ago. Be prepared.
I promise. You won't be sorry.
Well, to the young lady that wrote the email, my final thoughts. I just think that he shouldn't have, and I say this again, he shouldn't have invited you to dinner without telling you first that he didn't have any pots and pans. Because when you're inviting someone to do something, it's like you should have all the supplies. you should already have everything that you need. But if you were to ask in a different way and said that you need pots and all that stuff, and come over and maybe we can cook together or something like that, that would have been way better. But if you're really feeling the guy, I will say this: if you're feeling the guy, I don't know if he's going to give you another chance, but I mean, but people get vibes off people, so
Right.
maybe she already knew, like she feel like he's not the one, so
Something could have happened prior.
go ahead and
Yeah.
and move on to the next one. I mean,
Yeah, that
like
probably
I
was the
spoke
last straw.
Sunday, life passes us by before we know it, so enjoy every moment.
Right.
Like if you feel like this guy isn't for you, keep it pushing. So. But thank y'all so much for watching tonight. We appreciate all of the comments that came through. A lot of them we didn't get through, but we appreciate y'all so much. Thank you to my good friend DJ Doughboy
Yes.
for sitting in tonight. Appreciate you so much.
Had a ball.
Thank you.
Enjoyed you, my
I
brother.
Yeah.
enjoyed it too.
Yeah, I enjoyed that
Yeah.
number. What's that? 23, North
already know.
Kakalaki, boy, North
Jordan.
Carolina, Michael
Let-
Jordan.
Jordan, baby.
Let the folks know how they can get in contact with you for any DJ and
You can find me
services.
on Facebook at DJ Doughboy Sansbury. And that's it. I ain't got IG. I need to get it, but
Yep.
you can find me. I ain't hard to find, I promise.
And I've been getting a lot of phone calls about DJs, and I've been sending them your way. Too.
Always.
Yeah.
Ronnie always been amazing when it comes to that. So
Thank you.
I appreciate her.
Yes, of
Yes.
course.
Yes.
So, yep, DJ Doughboy Sansbury on Facebook.
Yep.
You can check him out there, inbox him
Yep.
for any DJ needs.
Yep.
Brother Fateen, thank you so much. WBLS radio station, New York. Appreciate you, as always.
Appreciate you, Veronica. DJ Doughboy had a great time with
Me
you.
too. Enjoyed it.
This evening is not the first time we met, and
Yes.
when we've met before, your vibe has been always the way it has been in here. So glad we got a chance to chop it up. Thank you,
Exactly.
Veronica, for
Exactly.
inviting him since Victor
I appreciate it.
wasn't able to make it tonight. And again, thank you for what you do.
Thank
Yes.
you.
All right.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Always been amazing.
Thank you so much. That's so
Yep.
wonderful.
We're gonna do this love and basketball since she's so good.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to try.
Mhm.
Yeah,
We
you need
gonna-
to see her.
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
She, all over.
Yeah, okay. I remember.
Yeah.
Okay. Soon as she throw that ball up, pew.
You got a height advantage too. So.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't come for me, Fateen.
Hey, tell you.
So, anywho, thank y'all so much. We appreciate y'all. Tanky Tea of Life every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. We're here live at CMG Studios, where Herman Chapman is the owner operator. If you would like to start your own podcast, you can definitely reach out to Herman to find out more details on that.
I just want to thank Herman for joining us tonight. Instead of throwing his voice, from over there, he came and sat down and made some good points tonight, So thank you, Brother Herman, for your viewpoints, my brother, because you made me change that sorry instead of calling him a sorry ass. I'll take his invite with sorry.
Mhm.
That's what I'll take. So thank you, brother. There you go.
And let me say, my voice has not been right. If you guys can't tell, my voice is not right since April 11th. I woke up April 11th and my voice was a little hoarse. And I know it's, the weather
Mhm.
and the pollen and stuff, my allergies. So, yeah. Thank you.
Well, I hate to tell you this, but just go check it if you haven't.
Oh, yeah, I have. I've been.
Oh, okay, good. As long as you have.
What
because-
the outcome? What they say?
It's my sinuses.
That's fine.
Oh, okay,
Maybe,
cool.
antibiotics for it. So yeah, I'm in the same boat as Destiny, because she's going through the same exact thing.
Wow.
So yeah, sinuses did me.
She was at the
really
church
bad.
there the other day,
This year.
Sunday, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Destiny was there. Ann was there.
Tammy,
Tammy was there. Yep.
I seen the pictures.
CC, mommy, like I had a big support group, and I
Get better,
appreciate
Destiny.
all of you that came out and supported me Sunday for Cherry Groves Women's Day. I appreciate y'all so much. It was definitely a great time.
Awesome.
So until Tuesday, 8 p.m. next week, we will check you guys out then. Have a great week. Love upon one another. Enjoy this thing called life to
Yep.
the fullest. Until then, good night.
Buenas noches.
Love, peace, and hair grease.
Love, peace, and hair grease.
Hey.